points, Amelie Mauresmo to serve.
Second semi-final then.
Play.
Mauresmo serving.
Love 15. Late second serve. Up. 15 all.
I think this first game pretty important for Mauresmo to try and establish something out there.
I find it interesting
30-15.
that first point. I didn't see her do that often.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to the players, please switch off your mobile phones. Thank you.
She wants to keep Serena Williams guessing. You're not allow her to get into a groove off the return.
Surprising how much she does serve and volley, but she might get scared off by the power.
It's a good half volley. Tim Henton could use some more of those against Ancic.
Don't remind us, it's too painful, John. But she played at Eastbourne, made a late decision, Mauresmo, to play at Eastbourne, the warm-up tournament down there, and served and volleyed a lot there. Lost narrowly in the semi-finals.
That's her biggest downfall to me, the second serve. All tournament, she's served quite a few doubles and they tend to just hit the tape. It's quite hard to correct that.
Juice.
Missed two makeable volleys here in this first game. Obviously tense. Such an opportunity for her in a Wimbledon semi. These two must have been antsy waiting to get on the court after that other match stopped twice because of rain delays.
It just seemed Lindsay was going to find a way to win that second set.
Advantage, Miss Williams.
Two missed volleys, two double faults, an edgy start from Mauresmo, and break point.
That double was long, it wasn't in the tape. I mean, not that that's going to get a point.
Yeah, it's not going to make her feel a whole lot better.
No.
Neither is that.
Game, Miss Williams. First game.
Loic Corto in the white. It is the coach, and then Guy Forget, the Fed Cup captain of France, in the back row. So it's the French connection in the back row, the American support group in the front, including Mother Oris in there.
Miss Serena Williams to serve.
Love 15. She can also hit that volley with some flair. I mean, she caught the ball there on the inside, sliced it away from Serena Williams. That was very well done because that ball was hit with some pace.
Serena has just been serving absolutely supremely well all tournament. I mean, she's been actually playing out of her mind the whole tournament. Brilliant.
Out. 15-30.
It's a little bit difficult playing the second match when there's been such an exciting first one. Everybody's taking a break. It's a bit quiet.
Tea time here. You get a little rejuvenated, caffeinated, get some more energy.
On.
Well, we've seen a few errors off the Serena Williams forehand in these opening two games, and the chance for Mauresmo to break back immediately.
Juice.
So often she serves in that court down the tee. Actually, she's been using a bit more variety this year, and I think that just adds to the effectiveness of her serving.
Got a beautiful rhythm, Serena Williams.
Advantage, Ms.
Look at
Williams.
the sense it will break down often. Such an advantage here at Wimbledon.
I mean, it's just a terrific action. Timing is perfect. It's not rushed or forced.
If I were her sister Venus, I'd just
Okay,
start
Ms.
with
Williams.
her serve. But her legs aren't as strong. She doesn't use her legs as well as her sister Serena.
Ms. Williams leads 2-0 first set.
So Mauresmo had points to win both the opening games, but it's Serena Williams who has won them.
Just think Serena has just looked so relaxed this tournament, sort of, you know, in a little cocoon of concentration. She's been much less sort of hyped up than usual. I mean, outwardly, which suggests that she's just very focused.
She likes to prove things to people. You know, people start talking about, well, those other interests. You know, you want to be an actress, and you're designing clothes. You're not spending enough time on the court. Wants to shut them all up. I have a feeling she's doing a pretty good job so far.
15 on.
Mauresmo's leg there strapped. That's going to be a concern. Hopefully that's just precautionary.
I think so. I think it's Mauresmo did well to hit that forehand so deep. No, I think the strapping is just so, you know, she's had a few injuries, and I think it's just a safety net.
Let a 40-15 lead slip in the first game, Amelie Mauresmo. Absolutely crucial for her not to do that again.
Let first serve. Okay, Ms. Mauresmo.
First ace in the first game for Amelie Mauresmo.
Ms. Williams leads 2-1 first set.
Amelie will celebrate her 25th birthday on Monday. She'd love to do that, of course, as the Wimbledon champion. One Grand Slam final reached back in 1999 when she reached the final of the Australian Open. 5'9". You can see he has struggled really at the French Open, all the pressure that Tim Henman experiences here every year. So semi-finalist at the US Open as well. And this year she's won a couple of titles on the WTA Tour in Berlin and Rome, all contributing towards a fine record of 34 wins and just 5 losses. We look at her route through to the semi-final. Just the one-set drop to Paula Suarez, the much-improved Argentine, has been a great doubles player for many, many years, but really has moved into the top 10 as singles. So that's Amelie Mauresmo. The challenger, I suppose we could describe her as, is in this match against the champion. Serena Williams, the champion here for the last 2 years.
Taking over that title from Big Sis.
Seat quickly, please.
Venus always looks so comfortable in the mantle of Wimbledon champion, but I sure think Serena's just as comfortable.
She enjoys being #1 in the spotlight a lot more than her sister.
But she's so much more extrovert, isn't she?
She went to the
15
Cannes
love.
Film Festival, for example, this year contributed to her losing to Jennifer Capriati. I mean, I think that clay is clearly her worst surface. It's not going to be easier to win a lot of French Opens.
30 love.
I think the scary good thing about Serena was that after she had her knee operated on after Wimbledon last year, she hadn't played for 8 months, and she came back to Miami and won the tournament. I mean, you know, that's pretty hard to do.
Late first serve.
That's a good point, Virginia, because she didn't play for quite a while, so she's just now starting to believe she's playing her best tennis.
Going into the French, she'd only played 4 tournaments.
She's currently ranked, unbelievably, 10 in the world. Obviously, for that lack of tournament play and the injury, she's not going to be 10 for long hitting shots like this.
Well, that was actually a special ranking, John, because she was not even ranked as high as that. I mean, that was just the ranking they gave her just to get her back into the groove. I don't know where it will go from here.
Well, it won't go higher after this because she won this tournament last year.
That's a very good point.
Just think of what happens after that,
Game,
because she
Miss
has
Williams.
no results at all for 8 months plus. Now, I
Miss Williams
understand
leads
Venus
3 games to 1 first
unbelievably
set.
may drop out of the top 20 after
Yep.
Wimbledon.
Yes, of course, she was losing finalist last year. Venus, incidentally, not here today. She's gone back home to Florida.
Late call there by Cyclops or the umpire. Probably better off for Mauresmo because that ball was coming back in a hurry.
Bad luck, just out. Yeah, Venus took off after
15
she
under.
lost, and to one of the most promising of the younger group of players, Carolina Schramm. And, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, Hawkeye suggesting that the call wasn't accurate.
Late first serve.
Our umpire today comes from Denmark, Christina Olafsson. Serve.
30 love. Taylor.
Get a few more errors off Serena's forehand than off the backhand. Golly, Serena's hit her backhand this week even better than I've ever seen her hit it before.
Game is Mauresmo. Williams leads 3-2 first set.
So a couple of love service games for both of them, and just that one break. So let's take the opportunity of just reacquainting you, I'm sure, with the defending champion, who will be 23 on the 26th of September. As John mentioned, ranking way down there, number 10, but seeded number 1. Nobody argued with that. The Wimbledon committee, with the agreement of the WTA Tour, giving her a special seeding, as happened at the French Open as well. And of course, has won all 4 titles, at one stage held all 4 titles at the same time. A Serena slam, she described it. The purists would say not a slam, because you have to win all 4 in the same year. 21-3 is her record this year. Yeah.
I know she was absolutely outstanding. 2002, French, Wimbledon, US Open, and then the Australian 2003. Missed the French that year, but then came back and won Wimbledon.
Hasn't exactly been extended, only one serve, got the 6-4.
Jennifer Capriati lasted only 45 minutes. That was the most disappointing match of the tournament. Not just the match itself, but after the match.
Time.
When Jennifer, she put me in this horrible position there, having to defend the media, which was, blaming the media for trying to build up the rivalry too much. But there hadn't been a lot of competitive matches in the tournament, and you want to build up rivalry.
Absolutely.
I mean, cannot fault the press for that.
Pointed a finger at you.
I'd like to still consider
Love
myself
15.
a player. I appreciate the other side a lot more. Understand we both have a job to do, to try to make this game as entertaining as possible.
Oh, is that it?
15.
Mauresmo is convinced it's out. It's been called.
If it was in, it was barely. Hawkeye, breakout Hawkeye. No, it wasn't even. It was a good call by Mauresmo.
Yeah.
A poor one by the linesman. It's
Well,
amazing how well the players see it, isn't it, Virginia?
Well, yeah, and there was a huge uproar from the crowd, and they don't usually make such a reaction.
That would have been love 30. It's not easy to pull off a
30,
serve
15.
love 30 than it is at 15 all. But we could say they're even. Serena got a bad call the last game. Unbelievable shot by Mauresmo, that passing shot that she hit.
Oh, that's generous.
30-14.
She seems to have settled down, though, on Mauresmo. That's credit to her, because remember, she was up 45 serving the first game, lost serve, break point chance, didn't break. This is a good effort for her to level this first set.
Oh, she's really in this match. I mean, she's really contesting and energetic and looking like she's, thinks she can win it, which is great. Not a lot you can do about those serves, though. Just going back quickly to the match yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before with Capriati?
Yesterday.
Serena had lost the previous 2 matches, so she really had something to prove against Capriati. So she came out, with a mission. Never flinched the whole time.
Well, that was on clay. It's a different story.
She has a pretty good record against everybody, though, Serena. I mean, there's a very good record against Mauresmo.
Oh, surely we're not going to have another call. Another call on the same line.
I think in this case, actually, this ball was in. I mean, I think that ball hit the line.
Yep.
But Capriati did beat Serena here 3 years ago at Wimbledon, so that was mighty impressive how she demolished her. Because all of their matches have been close. And that was the first blowout in 16.
Williams leads 4 games to 2 first set.
So Amelie Mauresmo feeling she got the short straw on those calls, but we saw one right, one wrong. 2-4. Amelie's had 2 break points in the match. Both have produced aces.
Look at this beautiful backhand Mauresmo hits, only to get that in response. Beautiful shot from Serena.
There's some quality tennis today. Both these matches.
15.
You know, Mauresmo.
Can he go running high, the guy right now?
Mauresmo gave a wry smile. Mauresmo playing so many matches this tournament, and in last week or the week before Wimbledon. And this year, and it's just incredible to watch her when she's so energized like she is today. I mean, I'm not sure if she's going to win the match, but she's still producing some beautiful stuff.
Late second.
She's one of the quickest players around, but very deceptive. She sort of, you know, glides. It's not a lot of effort, her movement.
40-15.
She's playing with a lot of energy and intensity and seemingly more relaxed. It gives her a chance. At least it's going to make it competitive.
Exactly.
Late first serve. $40-30.
The forehand on grass, I don't feel is quite as good as it is on the higher bouncing surface.
Williams leads 4 games to 3 first set.
Well, the this is just great for women's tennis, the whole of today. And the women's tour really needed it because the French Open frankly fizzled out. Two awful semi-finals, a dreadful final. No fault of Anastasia Mishkina, of course. But today we're seeing women's tennis at its best.
It needed a boost because it was not a great event here. There wasn't a lot of competitive matches. But you can see how athletic Amelie Mauresmo is. I mean, she moved in very nicely to cut off that ball. And actually, Virginia, I think her backhand is better on this surface than it is on clay. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful stroke. The forehand is something that, yes, is more effective on clay and the spin, but that backhand is really one of the best shots in the game, no doubt.
Well, I mean, she has the ability to hit both with a lot of top spin and also a lot of underspin. And I actually prefer Mauresmo's backhand to Justine Ennett, who everybody admires so much.
That would be a tough call.
Yeah, no, it is a tough call. I mean, they're so close, and she's, I guess Mauresmo is that bit more physically stronger, so she can stay on balance and hit it well. Sometimes when I watch Mauresmo playing, I mean, I'm just absolutely amazed at quite how good she is, and disappointed that she hasn't won a Grand Slam yet.
I'm amazed that they talk how physically imposing. I mean, she's a big, strong girl, but there's other players, a fair amount of them, a lot taller and perhaps as big or strong as her. Got an unfair rap when she broke in at the Australian. She got to the finals 5 years ago.
It's true.
15 love.
You know, this whole stuff, she would look like a man. It was awful. I mean, it's ridiculous now you look at her.
I know, that was absolutely so absurd. I don't know what was going on with that. When Serena ups the power, though, on that backhand particularly, and, you know, she opens her eyes and just chases after that ball early. It's really almost impossible to even get your racket on it.
She's got quite a big racket.
40.
I mean, that must be, I think, around 510 square inches. It's, I think, the biggest one in the men's or women's game that I can remember seeing.
Serena.
Oh! Gives a bigger sweet spot, perhaps more margin for error, and more power.
Game, Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams leads 5-3 first set.
Disappointing game there for Mauresmo. Really threw it away, hardly made a return. She finds herself serving to stay in the opening set.
Late first set.
It's difficult to read where it's going. She's got that racket back nice and early, prepared, and Mauresmo's just can't read it. I mean, that's off your back foot, about 3 to 4 feet behind the baseline. Blew it by Mauresmo.
I mean, I would imagine, really, it's difficult to play Serena because you can't just keep it away from her backhand, especially Mauresmo likes to hit to the backhand as well, cross-court backhands.
2 aces each.
30-15. 40-15.
Good pace in the second serve. Mauresmo usually hits her second serve almost as hard as her first serve, and sometimes does serve a few errors, but she has to against a few faults. She has to against Serena.
It's the fastest second serve she hit in the match.
$40-30.
It is going to result in more double faults too.
Yeah, that's just what I meant. But I mean, you're not going to baby a second serve into Serena because she'll crush it.
Late first serve.
It's important for Mauresmo to stay in this battle, or else it could be just a one-way street for Serena.
Got to get that toss up. When the ball goes that far long, let it drop way too low.
Williams leads 5 games to 4 first set.
Amelie Mauresmo stays in the opening set, forces Serena Williams to serve it out. And now, John, we introduced you to our new toy, Tornado Cam. I think we might call it Sharapova Cam now, but we've got an example.
I just saw it the other day. It's a great new device. I mean, we've got loads of time. Tornado Cam, that's very impressive. What is this? How many? 1,000 frames per second.
Throws the ball. It's really.
It gives you like a great perspective of Serena just eyeing that ball right into the rack, and just the intensity. We should use that camera more often.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Serena just reading her notes. She hasn't done that for a while. You know, I think after her few losses in the last few tournaments, she decided to go back to basics. I mean, that's just my presumption, but she used to do this.
Is her father Richard?
Time.
What a character he is.
He's something else, this guy. He's unreal. He loves being around the grounds, talks to anybody and everyone. I run into him often in the locker room. He's got something.
He's telling me about how Venus is back home studying financial management so that she can look after her money. Investments.
They're very smart young girls.
13 love.
How many winners has she hit off this backhand? I mean, it's all week, all tournament. So accurate.
We should get Tornado Cam to show one of her backhands too.
She's getting a good lesson here.
Her hair's gonna gray fast.
Third ace from Serena today, 39th of the tournament.
Forehand does break down more often. She's going to hit some winners for sure, but she throwing her share of errors. Backhand, the more solid of the two strokes. Consistent.
I think she's got another call against her. Well, that indicates that it just caught the outside edge. Any part of the ball touches any part of the line, it's good. Don't think I'd say that to Amelie right now, especially as she's facing set point.
play better, obviously, when she's more relaxed. And her backhand, as we've talked about already, is really a thing of beauty.
Well, she mixes it so well, from a slice to a topspin.
Stressed out.
Advantage, Ms. Williams.
It continues to be. And the only guy that has it tougher is Tim here at Wimbledon, obviously. But they really expected her to win the French Open by now, and she just doesn't look like she's happy in the slightest to be on the court.
It's a pity Mauresmo made an error on that last shot, because it just looks like Serena's getting a tiny bit tight here, missing some first serves and some second serves.
Deuce.
Yeah, that's her first double fault, and it missed by a considerable margin.
She just missed a couple of bad missed some first serves by quite a big margin.
Ms. Mauresmo.
Serena tried to trick her here. Take the pace off, find the angle.
Thank you.
Mauresmo's seen that often in the past. I mean, she uses her angles well too. She's got a chance to get right back in this first set.
Deuce.
She knows she should have made that. At least made Serena hit a volley.
Just a couple of shots that Mauresmo's had in these last few series of points where she's just rushed them when she's had a chance.
Advantage, Ms. Mauresmo.
Definitely a little tight, Serena.
You can hear the wind really getting up. I hope that doesn't mean that there's another shower that coming in. Second break point of this game.
Squall.
Can't recall ever seeing Serena throw a racket on the ground. Just really irritated that she dropped serve there instead of having to set under her belt.
A couple of telltale signs on Serena there, including running around a forehand to hit a backhand.
Love 15.
But she always comes back, hitting harder. That's the sort of tennis I see Mauresmo playing a lot in matches where she's a little bit more dominant than the opponent. But if she can carry that off against Serena, I mean, this is another level we're talking about.
Late first serve.
Her movement is excellent, and her intensity level and effort level is very high. That is really nice to see from Mauresmo. I think Serena sensed that from her opponent, and that's made her uptight.
Yeah, she's being beaten some of the time on the power battle.
Don't forget, this is the first competitive match she's had in this tournament.
Look at
That was a double hit from Serena, but it is legal nowadays. This ball looked like it was going to spin back into the net.
Game, Miss Mauresmo. Mauresmo leads 6 games to 5 first set.
As both of you mentioned at the start of this match, a bit quiet, great first semi-final. Everyone was taking a break. The whole place is energized now.
I mean, it's stimulating stuff, isn't it? I mean, it is so exciting to watch Mauresmo when she's got the determination, when we see how speedy she is. I mean, she just really glides around the court. She knows her dimensions of the court very well. She knows what to do. She plays with so much more variety than most of the players today, and that's what makes her a little bit vulnerable, I think, to losing at times.
Look at the spin back from Hawkeye there. Extraordinary.
Well, you can see why the French have touted Mauresmo for a number of years as they would have thought already a Grand Slam winner. The abilities that are there when she can relax, and she is relaxed. Now the question is, how will she react to the fact that she's actually gotten herself into this match? Because the crowd is buzzing, and it's quite likely that this will be our first set tiebreak.
It's also interesting to see how Serena will react when she's being really challenged. No problem with that point.
Serena's giving her the stare down now.
91 miles an hour threw in a slow serve.
You don't think I'm going to go away, do you? I mean, that's tough.
You know, not that you want to struggle in matches at Wimbledon, but when you've had such easy matches as Serena has, it's a bit of a shock when somebody stands up and contests you.
Just too long.
40-15.
Just try to guide that deep into the court. Pushed it long. Seems appropriate that the way these two have played. They ended in a tiebreaker here in the first set.
Another
Game,
chance
Miss Williams.
missed there.
6 games all, first set tiebreak.
45 minutes the opening set has taken so far, and of course the quarterfinal against Capriati lasted 45 minutes. First set tiebreak.
1-0, Miss Williams.
That's where that very Western grip can get you in trouble on a court like this where the ball skids. You just don't have a chance to get under it, especially when she was trying to be aggressive and move in. So the wind wreaking a little havoc up at net. It's going to make the life a little more difficult for the two players as well. Can't be as precise when that wind is swirling around. You've got to take a little bit something off the gas pedal.
1-0.
Chalk did fly up there. Mauresmo gets the call. Serena hoping that would go long. He just didn't look quite ready to hit the shot.
Ms. Williams.
It's good play by both ladies there. I mean, Mauresmo hit an excellent passing shot, did the best she could. Serena kept that racket in front of her, switched to the one hand. Very well done. Solid volley.
Ms. Williams.
Mauresmo wants to do is make errors and make it easier for Serena, because Serena she's not really used to having a challenge out at Wimbledon on the center court, apart from her sister.
Ms. Williams.
That last point, because she's been volleying so well. Doesn't want to miss approach shots.
Forehand volley is so good. I mean, she hits it well from low, and slightly clumsy move there from Serena.
Thank you.
These two both wanted to show whoever won, that Sharapova, that they can play slowly too, you know, take their time when they need to. It's a weird decision there.
3-0.
I don't blame her for being upset with herself on that. Crazy move.
She just looks to me as if she, given a chance or being made to, she could crack a little bit right now. I mean, I was just saying, she's just not used to being in this sort of position, having such a challenge on the center court at Wimbledon. But she's going to keep hitting hard, so Mauresmo has got to be up to the test. Very interesting, this, from all sorts of points of view.
Ms. Williams.
And here's Mauresmo Mauresmo going from a defensive position, moving into the offense. Serena just flicking her wrist, pulling that ball cross court for winner. That's an excellent point.
It's so good to see Serena in a situation like this where she really has to dig deep. The adrenaline really making a good first serve go in.
Late first serve. Mauresmo.
So impressive from Mauresmo. The way the match started.
And we have to remember, John, of course, that she was 2 set points down. Serena had those 2 set points.
She is really, it's good to see. I mean, it makes me feel a whole lot better about women's tennis right now, okay? Because this has been an outstanding day already. And I hope there's more to come.
I just hope the second set, or maybe the second and the third sets, can live up to the standard of this set. Mauresmo is always very, very fair about supporting or clapping for Serena's opponents, but she must be in shock because how many people are prepared to take on Serena?
I think Serena's in shock because she had the chance to serve it out and she didn't, so she got angry. And then she just got a little bit bewildered and nervous. And that combination, you couldn't believe, I don't think, that Mauresmo was playing this well.
And how nice, John, to see the 27 points played at the net, and Mauresmo being very, very successful when she moved forward.
She's moving forward so aggressively and confidently. I mean, you can tell from these boxes from here. This is the tornado cam back in action. And if she's hitting her forehand with authority and confidence, it's a given she's going to hit that backhand. And she's moving in so fast to net and cutting off balls. And she's got a chance to win this.
It was so interesting, that one long rally, forehand to forehand, because they both know each other's backhands are the strongest, and it was a real battle of wills in there.
Second set, Miss Williams to serve.
Lindsay Davenport won that first set and broke in the second. She couldn't keep up that level of play.
Love 15.
Mauresmo can do it. She has gotten better and better as this match has progressed. fantastic tennis being played right now. I mean, if I were Mauresmo, I don't know why I'd ever run around a backhand. She's got a pretty good form, but that backhand's awesome.
Serena's backhand there, 83 miles an hour.
You know, early on in the
13.
tournament, I was not sure that I really liked that sort of chip return on the forehand side from Mauresmo, but she's into such a groove with it today, and its benefit is that it's staying fairly low.
See that last one skidded, as opposed to that
30.
forehand that sat there with some topspin. You're going to have to really finish your shot if you're going to use some topspin on this surface. Slice forehand can be quite tricky, not used very often. Here comes the wind again. It's a difficult time to have to serve. Very good footwork. That ball was too far away from her. She just tried to reach for it. She's down break point here.
A
Deuce.
couple of the slower serves Mauresmo has balked on. Getting used to all that pace, and then suddenly pretty clever slower serve, high bouncing.
Advantage, Ms. Mauresmo.
Seemed so full of confidence early in this match, and this is the most uncertain I've seen Serena for quite a while.
Isn't that just because she's not really used to being not a front runner?
Part of it is the fact that she's run through this tournament. Part of it the fact that she's not as match tough as she'd like to be, and part of it is how well Mauresmo's playing. That second serve,
Deuce.
boy, the way she's been attacking and so successfully, it may not be a bad idea just to sort of chip it and come in. Chip and charge.
Yeah, but she started to even try and come in behind the serve because she doesn't like that little chip thing that's coming from Mauresmo.
Advantage, Ms. Williams.
I'm not surprised Mauresmo's flicked her racket at the ball because she thinks she's just getting the wrong end of all the calls down this end.
Well, if it missed, it was by the proverbial whisker.
She ran all that way and she had time to go after the ball and put more on it. Maybe she didn't think she'd get there so soon, but these courts are playing pretty firm, and she had time to really hit it harder than she tried to there.
It looks as if she's lost her sort of control of what she's trying to do at the moment.
Advantage, Ms. Williams.
Mauresmo's had a lot of chances in this game to break points, and may prove significant if she doesn't break.
Game, Ms. Williams. First game, second set.
Fans here are very knowledgeable, and they know enough about Mauresmo to know that she's sort of tightened up and choked in the past. You could feel them sort of, when she didn't win that game.
There's so much intensity at the end of the first set that, I mean, it's inevitable that probably both of them, the steam lets off a little bit.
No, Mauresmo had to be super pumped up. She had two break points. Both serves were hit about 75 miles per hour, and she didn't capitalize. make her feel better. I mean, Serena's looking to change things up, but she's got to do a little bit more of that approach shot.
Serena's response so often has been to just
13
put her
up.
foot down and get more power. And she thumps these two forehands. This one looks like an absolute winner, except that, oh no, Mauresmo, she's so great in that forehand volley.
She looks to me like she's covering the
14
court
up.
and moving better than Serena Williams right now. That's saying something.
She's just got so much variety, and she's really putting it all together.
It's nice to see her remain so positive here after that last game.
She sure looks like a woman with a mission, doesn't she, Mauresmo? And that's good to see.
40-15.
We don't want to put the jinx on her.
No. Can never rest against Serena. Like every point is worth a lot.
Game, Miss Mauresmo. One game all, second set.
Well, very important there for Mauresmo to convert that 40-love situation. She'd missed the 2 points to break in the previous game. That one looked as if it might slip away as well. 1-1, second set. First set, Mauresmo.
Again, there's that movement, that quickness.
Love
that comes
15.
off from Mauresmo at that point. Her footwork is excellent, moving herself back into the court, just so eager.
Isn't it great to watch Mauresmo when she's playing well? I mean, I always think her movement, you know, unless you're really studying it, you don't realize how easy it is.
Always on her toes, Amelie Mauresmo. Covers so quickly after the shot.
I mean, she hammered this pass. Got lucky, too. Clipped the net, bounced away from Serena. No chance for her to handle that shot. Two break points.
Oh, and a foot fault.
First of the match. Serena doesn't say anything.
Is that in?
1 set to love.
as the 14 breaks against the champion.
That is so impressive.
And, you know, she's been knocking on the door for so long, and then she gets to the, where was it, the quarters of the, she got to the final of the Australian a few years ago. Whereas when she gets to the quarters this year and she had to pull out because she hurt her back. She's been battered with injuries on and off in her career. And everybody's sort of been waiting, well, you know, it's going to happen, and I mean, well, I don't know, it hasn't happened yet.
Well, it hasn't happened in this match. She's clearly capable of pulling off. You can see that by the level of play that she's shown us in this first set and a half. I think there's only one player more eager than her. It was who we saw earlier in the day, Sharapova. I mean, two people, oh, this is too bad. This is sad if this rain drops.
Yeah, they've been threatening that there might be some rain.
That's what happened to Lindsay, who was up 6-2 to love. Had 3 chances for a double break, didn't do so.
Time.
Then it rained. Gave Sharapova a chance to regroup. This perhaps would do the same for Serena Williams if in fact they had to stop here.
Well, the one, I mean, you would think so. The one thing in Mauresmo's favor is she has got the break, but it's that.
So did Lindsay.
It's that worrying factor. Yeah, it's that worrying factor. You start rushing. You don't just play it calmly here.
Fifteen love.
Just a little speckle of rain, isn't it? No more than that.
I think that's a harsh rule. I mean, if you throw the racket and actually connect and it goes over, you deserve to get the point.
Late first serve.
Ah!
30-15.
We couldn't see it from this vantage point, the umpire's chair in our way, but we would appreciate a Hawkeye call. And that looks to be by the tiniest of margins out.
That's a bad
40-15.
It used to happen more often back in the old days when we played Virginia.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, the court is in great shape, but it's interesting that Serena's running around forehands in the middle of the court.
Tournament referee with Eddie Seward, the chief groundsman there, keeping an eagle eye on the weather.
I
40-30.
still feel that every error that Mauresmo makes gives Serena a positive idea that she's getting back into the match. I mean, Mauresmo has to be so tight with her discipline out here.
What a second
Mauresmo 3 games to 1, second set.
I mean, it's just such a thrill to watch somebody with such a varied game, not just thumping the ball up the middle of the court.
Love 15.
Chip return again, this time off the backhand, keeping the ball low.
Serena would do well to come in on a few and take that away from Mauresmo.
There it is again.
Love 30.
That's the second time, and she cracked that racket. And you could hear it from here. It's just a
I don't ever.
defensive return. Can you? That's what I said. I've never seen her do that. Slam the racket like that.
Fifteen, 30.
She's continued to forge ahead with that racket. Crack or no crack.
We'll have to keep a little eye on her and see if she changes it at the changeover.
Seems to be. If she's getting 7-3-1, I wouldn't worry about a $500 fine at this point.
30 all.
If it was cracked, and she decided to switch.
This is what Serena does so well, though, when she's down. I mean, she just puts everything into it.
Wait, please.
Okay. Well,
40, 30.
that was proof that it was cracked.
That was a classic. I mean, the racket, I was thinking that the racket might buckle with some of her big serves, but she just catches it. That one, and it finally, it just buckled.
Good news was, of course, that Mauresmo hit her shot out. Don't show that. Oh dear, now the drizzle is rather heavier.
Late first serve. Mauresmo leads 3 games to 2, second set, by 1 set to love.
Well, for a couple of different reasons. One, she would have been down 2 breaks. 2, impressively, after tossing a racket and cracking it, she continued to play with it and won the next 3 points before she switched to hold. And now 3, she gives Mauresmo something to think about here again. That was such a great opportunity to really take a stranglehold on the match.
Well, I mean, both Venus and Serena, when they get into trouble, they have that power and the ability to just put in an extra gear of power. And, you know, most players can't take it. Now, if they make a few errors in the process, that's really the only hope for the opponent. But you can see Serena was so angry. And, you know, she's back. Well, we know what she's doing, even though she's trying to conceal it from us. She's got a note telling her to stay focused, or I'm not sure, I forget what she used to write in those.
Usually it's keep doing what you're doing, but in this case, she may have to go to a different game plan. You see, it's just barely raining. Enough to worry everyone involved, including these 2 players. What a chance for Mauresmo, a set and 3-2 break.
Look how eager Serena looks on the other side. Now she's standing in, she's threatening on both serves.
Late second serve.
Certainly looking to intimidate here. Mauresmo into some errors and double faults.
Absolutely.
Love 15.
Yeah, it's a wonderful match, this. Serena Williams led 5-3 in the first set, had a couple of set points. Mauresmo came back to take the tiebreak 7 points to 4. As the break. Led 3-1. Now 3-2, 30 all.
She knew she had to do something different, not only the way she's playing, but her emotional intensity, and she has upped it at the level here. You've got to give her a lot of credit for that. It's a big-time volley to give her break point.
Juice. Advantage, Ms. Williams.
Certainly tighten up on that forehand.
She is going to tighten up on some. There's just no way that she can just keep it constant against Serena, who's, you know, really fighting like a tiger right there.
Why she put so little on that first serve either. That was, she's bothered by something now. Serena cannot believe she missed that ball.
Serena fighting the only way she knows how, which is to just go for broke. Maybe her shot's a little bit more complicated and maybe not quite such a big serve, but with lots of variety.
Juice.
You can feel her tensing up here in this box. I mean, she's lost 5-10 miles an hour off her serve. She's desperately trying to keep cool here.
Makes a huge difference to her game, John, when she does tighten up. She just doesn't get the acceleration through the ball.
Advantage, Ms. Williams.
You know, you're always going to get a really nervous stage in a match. You just have to somehow try to struggle through it and survive.
I'd be amazed if it was just mental right now, because she's clearly serving a lot less pace than she was.
And Ms. Williams. Three games all, second set.
The breakback secured. And I think Amelie Mauresmo is struggling with her back. She's holding her back, she's stretching, she's looking up at her box. She's got a history of back problems, of course.
$15
I mean, you know, she has just been exerting herself to such an extent in this match. I mean, chasing over the court, hitting the ball as hard as Serena. And I mean, it's just physically a lot for her. I never think she looks as strong as some of the other players as well.
fast enough that first set and a half. And I think that's, you know, between the ears again, you know, mentally, she's just gotten so tight. I mean, perhaps he's stiffened up a little bit, but with the adrenaline she should have out there, I mean, it's, you know, see again, holding her back. She should be so pumped up, she shouldn't feel a thing.
Fortila.
Momentum and the energy's just been sapped out.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting that it was just that it was physical, just physical exertion. I think she actually tweaked something, but it has been very physical this match.
And where all that mental stuff goes.
Yeah.
Your back and your neck. Mind plays dirty tricks on you.
Okay, Miss Williams.
3 games in a row for Serena Williams.
Miss Williams leads 4 games to 3, second set. First set, Miss Mauresmo.
Yeah, the trainer has been called up to court, or as the WTA Tour calls them, the primary healthcare provider. And when you've had a history of injuries, and Amelie's had a long history of back problems,
Let me look at it.
as soon as you feel the littlest twinge, do you imagine the worst?
Absolutely.
Always the same. Yep.
She said it's always the same.
Your right knee up to your chest. Up. All the way up. Up, up, up. Down.
This is where it's got to be mind over matter. And if you want to be a champion and win a Grand Slam event, you just got to not let your mind do this to you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that
I don't want to totally just say that she's not hurt at all,
You're going to what?
Do it here.
because
Do it here?
I didn't see it.
What
She wants to go
I
over.
don't know if they're not going
I noticed a noticeable change in the
yeah,
pace
like
of her serve.
for treatment.
Well, what's happening here, because she may have to undress a little, she's going off the court to get treatment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lisa
Miss
Heller,
Mauresmo
the,
will receive medical treatment off the court.
And that will be thoroughly supervised, of course, to make sure that she doesn't talk to a coach, get a treatment from anybody other than the tour trainer.
I mean, you absolutely have to believe that some of it is psychological, but in actual fact, there is the hurt as well. So, as you're saying, John, I mean, one thing affects the other.
Well, it's too bad either way. She's faced with this situation because it was 7-6, 3-1, love 30. Serena had just broken her racket, looked completely angered, and looked like Mauresmo actually had a chance to finish that relatively easily. Serena continued to play with that racket, won 3 points, and then it just broke. You can see that it was clearly cracked, held. She came
Ladies
out
and
and
gentlemen,
you
Ms.
could see
Mauresmo
that
is
she was
receiving a
gonna try
medical
to
timeout starting
intimidate
now.
Davenport, Mauresmo. And then suddenly, out of appears nowhere, she's hurt. You tell me, Virginia.
You know what? I mean, I have some opinions, but they're very controversial.
We'd like to hear them.
Come on, you can be
Come on,
controversial.
Virginia. Start being controversial, will you? I've been doing it for 30 years. Come on, will you help me out here?
All I know is that early in my career, when I had a bad back the whole time, I was very angry when somebody told me that it was a crutch. And then I woke up the next, I mean, I was furious when I was told that. And then I woke up the next day, and I guess, you know, I was about that same age, about 22 or something. I think it was the year after I won the US Open, and I woke up the next morning, and I thought, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Every time it's the tension, and the tension then makes me feel that my back is bad, and you are absolutely right. So I stopped being angry with them. I didn't tell them they were right, though, of course. But from that day forward, I actually thought, you know, it's unbelievable. These injuries, you induce them, and you're looking for a way out, because it's agonizing trying to finish a match against somebody like Serena Williams when you break up. I mean, it's... So anyway, so
And
that's my version.
how was your back after that?
My back, I never had another injury in my life.
I rest my case. And then you won Wimbledon. See, in 1977, the first year I played here.
But I know that mine. I was looking for an arm. So there's definitely a part of that.
And what's the scenario now for Serena Williams? She set out, having held that game from love 30, deliberately to intimidate. I mean, and perfectly legitimately, by stepping right in, by threatening the serve. She would have sensed, obviously, that Amelie was getting tight, taking the pace off. How does Serena now sustain that sort of pressure when she's had this artificial interruption?
I'm going to back Virginia up, because in the late 80s, when I was trying to make a comeback on my own, after having had a couple kids and saying I can still do it, I had what they call the sacroiliac nerve problem, which is in the lower back, and I'd be in the locker room before the match and thinking to myself, I can't even play. I mean, I feel this pain, I can't play. It's just, all of a sudden, maybe nothing at all would happen. But suddenly I would be out in the court and feel better and wouldn't feel anything. And then I said to myself, this nerve, guess what? It's not a muscle, it's a nerve. Nerves. Virginia.
Well, I mean, it is. Let's face it. The morning you wake up and you've got a huge match like this, which means everything at that moment to you. You always feel like something's wrong. Either you didn't sleep well, or you feel ill, or you've got something's hurting your. But it is. She has. I mean, she has had some serious injuries, and I'm not going to go any further in my controversial assessments here.
Well, let's hope that when she comes back out here, she can continue to play at even the level or close to the level she was playing. Because it would be a shame if it all ended like this.
It really would. I mean, she has to up the intensity. I mean, Serena, as you just said, David, was out there, and she finds the only way she knows how, very aggressively and quite rightly so.
Serena was just doing jumping jacks, double knee jumps. She's showing that she's more than ready to go.
Let's just remind you of the score. They're back on serve now. Mauresmo at 3-4, second set.
The heart rates have gone down a little bit. That was a very beautiful point. Spellbinding tennis, this. I mean, it's got everything.
30 love.
She always has the underhand serve if she wants.
Federico Chang used that rather successfully once against Ivan Lendl.
It's not against the rules. And I hear it helps you when your back hurts.
No, she has that slightly abbreviated service action because she had a bad shoulder. Why she would go to
40 love.
Serena's thinking, wait a second, you just took that time out, or the time where I was just getting going. She's a little annoyed by that. Perhaps she has lost her concentration a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, she has to say that she benefited from the fact she had 2 games there.
Well, she benefited by
40-15
just from this break.
Yeah, no, but I mean, part of the the reason she got the 3 games and got her momentum going was the help that Mauresmo gave her.
That's true. Mauresmo moved pretty well to that ball, but she knew she had the point lost here. Serena was right where she had tried to hit the ball by her. This is big for Mauresmo. I mean, pull this game out.
Late first serve.
Looks to me like she needs to win this if she has any hope in 2 sets.
Mm-hmm.
Juice.
A wicked hop there. I mean, Serena did well to just even get a racket on it. Ended up turning out even better than she could have hoped.
40 love back to Juice.
One thing Serena knows already, she's not going to serve hard. I mean, she's serving around 100 at most at this point. She can step in even closer.
Oh, dear.
Advantage, Ms. Williams. Williams leads 5 games to 3, second set.
Didn't hit any part of the strings.
Mauresmo tried to reach it. Slightly muted celebration on that shot.
Late first serve. Love 15.
Looked like lawn bowling.
It's a match that certainly had everything. Great shots and ones that, well, a 2-year-old would be ashamed of.
That's a little harsh there.
Love 30.
Much deeper shots, but not so hard, and then an opening for a winner.
Fifteen, 13.
Fluidity and movement is not there. She's stiffening up on that forehand. You know, again, holding the back, and that's not good.
Thickens even more.
15, 14.
Rangers net courts, and it's 2 break-back points.
One of them went quickly.
Late first serve. Miss Williams leads 5.
Men to try to, just keep a positive frame of mind. If she could possibly do that, she would show a lot of people, including myself, that she could dig deep and, play with that real heart and the courage to pull out a match like this, because she's played obviously well enough to win it.
I mean, it is so important. This is such a milestone for her. It would be if she could win it, because it would show her that you can play with injury too. She's got to get a high percentage of first serves, and she's got to slice them down, keep them low, because that's where Serena's having the most problem. Oh, that's
15
a
love.
gift. Little confusion from Serena. At least she threw in a slice backhand, but a good deep rally. Not quite the power she's been utilizing.
40 love.
Trying to inject the power that time. But remember, Mauresmo was 40 love up in her last service game and lost it.
What should Mauresmo do on this point?
I would just get a first serve in.
To the forehand?
I would go into the, just even getting it in. Seen everything yet, but now we see her in two-handed forehand returns. Mauresmo looked comfortable enough hitting this ball away, and she started yelling "Allez" right near our box. I mean, she's pumped up.
Late first serve.
And I bet you that back feels a little better than at 5-3.
That was close. They're rubbing some ointment in, which might warm it up.
15
Low second serve, wasn't it?
No, it's a game of inches, Virginia.
long.
She held this ball a little bit longer, disguised her shot. Still down 45 is Amelie Mauresmo. She started moving to the side before clearly hit the ball.
Williams leads 6 games to 5 seconds in. First set, Ms. Mauresmo.
We've talked mainly about Mauresmo, but I mean, what's going on in Serena Williams' mind? She's got the momentum back, having been almost out of the match, down a break, down love 30. Then you get the interruption. She gets to 5-3 ahead. She serves for the second set, just as she served for the first. Doesn't close it out.
Well, I think that it's given her time to realize how badly she wants to win this event. And so that, I think, ultimately could and probably will be the difference. Because it was slipping away from her.
She's got some good fighting spirit out here. I mean, she is a real fighter. I've just been surprised that she hasn't actually tried to stop Mauresmo getting away with that little punch return. You know, because if she served and volleyed on a few, I mean, I think she could handle that. And she's been quite reluctant to come to the net.
She's only served and volleyed on
Time.
one first serve, so that's not something she's accustomed to doing. And we're not as much tough as you'd like. Here the crowd giving Mauresmo a nice round of applause. Haven't played as much, missing 8 months. I would be surprised to see her serving and volleying much.
Yeah, I mean, just once in a while. Very ready for these serves. Wonderful point from Serena.
Love 15. Fifteen. Fifteen, 30.
A hush descends on the centre court because everybody knows what a crucial phase of the match this is.
Every point is so important.
Late first serve. Correction, ball is good. Replay the ball.
What a confusion.
Let's tell you what happened. It was called out, and Christina Olofsson has said, correction, replay the point.
I think she was looked to be a good overall there.
Both players unhappy. Serena unhappy it was overruled. Mauresmo unhappy that she thought she'd hit such a perfect shot. So back to the drawing board here. Very quiet.
As hard as she hit it since she's
30.
had this injury. She made a great stab there. Serena, she's showing how fast she is around the court as well.
Serena up there like a rocket.
Well, it's set point now, so this could be it for Mauresmo if she can't pull this out.
Oh dear.
Game.
What an awful way to concede the
Second set, Ms. Williams.
It's 1-0.
7 games to 5. 1 set over.
I should imagine Amelie
New balls,
Mauresmo
please.
saying to herself, why didn't that rain come just when I needed it, when I was up a set and a break, and I could have perhaps had a long session on the physio's table.
She also knows that if she had closed that set down, it was only putting in the effort for another couple of games, and that was possible. Looked like she was taking a couple of painkillers or anti-inflammatories. Out comes the Tiger's bar.
To make matters worse, she's got to win a whole set now. Psychologically, I mean, at this point, you have to say she's let Serena off the hook. After seemingly starting to really take control and dominate the match. And stats, I don't believe, tell the story in this match. This is a highly emotional affair out here on center court. Quite dramatic, to put it mildly.
Very similar on both sides, but the match has been so close you would expect that. It has been full of intrigue,
Time.
hasn't it?
Serena's going to serve first. And if there's any hope at all for Mauresmo, she needs to get off to a good start here in these first 2-3 games. If she gets
Final
down
set.
2 or 3 love, I'd
Miss Williams to serve.
question whether she would even keep playing.
New balls. Oh! 15 love.
Oh!
15 on.
Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. She's trying to get some bounce and life back into her body. Belief that she can stay out there another 30, 45 minutes.
She made it. But she was quite happy with the way she hit
30,
that
15.
backhand volley. Sort of slipped a little bit as she hit it, but manages to find the court.
Backhand volley there was excellent. She's just good technique on that shot.
Out!
30 on.
It's her approaches to the net that seem more hesitant.
It's frustrating playing somebody who you know is a little injured. You just don't know what to expect from them.
Forty, 30.
Oh, yes.
Game, Miss Williams. First game, final set.
Maybe that will encourage her to come up to the net a little bit more, because 2 terrific volleys in that game.
And the little look as well at the opponent. So essential now for Amelie Mauresmo to stay with Serena Williams.
I don't think anybody gives Serena enough credit for her stickability, you know, for her, just her fighting when she's struggling out there.
13
That's
love.
the case. I haven't watched a lot of her matches because when the going gets tough, she has certainly stepped up to the plate on numerous occasions. She, at one stage of her career, held all 4 Grand Slams
30 love.
titles, 4 in a row.
Thirty 15.
Wasn't a bad serve, but the return came back very quickly. Playing against Serena, you have to have such mental fortitude, you know, to stay in the race.
Oh!
Forty 15.
It's funny how both of them seem to have been struggled with the slower shots rather than the powerful ones coming at them. That serve just 80 miles an hour.
Had what? A dozen forehands in a row.
20 strokes in the rally.
So only 10.
Game is Mauresmo. One game all, final set.
Big hold for her to keep her believing that she could actually pull this off. She's trying to bounce around. Now it's her turn to show she's ready to go the distance. It's crazy out here.
Late first serve. Love 15.
Just a second double fault of the match from Serena. 7 from Amelie.
Oh. 13 all.
You just can't anticipate any single shot. The easiest ones seem to be being missed, and as a result the match is totally compelling.
A double fault and a deuce court, and then the next one's an ace. Beautiful serve.
Whoops.
That was a nicely slip. Still a little bit green in the corner over there. I mean, and also, you know, there's been sun, it's shadow now. I mean, a little bit of sun still left on the spectators, but it's suddenly cooled down the court.
Game, Miss Williams. Miss Williams leads 2-1, final set.
I was interested by what you were both saying about Serena and stepping up to the plate. To use the American phrase for the baseball plate, of course. Is it fair to say that there are some players who sort of shy away from confrontation, but all the great champions love it, love to be tested?
Well, I think it's safe to say that in order for you to be considered among the greats, you have to step up when they're going against stuff. That's what people remember you by. That's why they're going to remember Tim Henman, whether he wins or doesn't win Wimbledon. It's as simple as that. And you have to embrace that. Now, it's easier to embrace, I felt, at least when I was younger, because you didn't know better at the time. And as you get older and realize that you may not have as many opportunities, it's harder to control the nerves and the tension that comes with it. I would put Serena somewhere in the middle of that. You know, she's been around the block, obviously, and had unbelievable success. But she's still young enough and hungry enough to want to prove that she's among the all-time greats, and that she realizes she has to win more in order to do so.
That's absolutely right. I think you have to realize that that's part of the tennis. What's the point of being a tennis player if you don't like it when the going gets tough?
You always want to win your matches easily and prove you're the better player, but when you look back on your career, the more satisfying ones, the matches like this, all types of things happen and been very close and competitive, and you still pull it out.
Also, the most satisfying matches when both of you are so involved in this sort of level of intensity. In a full stadium, everybody sort of they sort of almost quiet at times because there's so much tension on the court.
30-15.
The match has now lasted 2 hours. And Serena's longest match in these championships prior to it was in the first round, 66 minutes.
Surprisingly loose game from Serena.
I know she seems to be going through stages in this match where she accelerates more and has some success and then falters.
40-30.
But every time when she's in a little bit of a spot of trouble like that, she comes up with a much more aggressive shot. And usually that extra injection of adrenaline makes the shot go in. That focus.
That's also the sign of a champion, when you can shrug off those mistakes.
It's a lovely shot.
Has done that exceedingly well. Only 17
Juice.
been able to just keep coming back and fighting. And Serena here, she used a little body language, says, yep, just got it to bounce inside the line, and he's back in this game.
Advantage, Ms. Mauresmo.
And that's because she's had so many service games in which she's been ahead. 40-love, 40-15, and been pegged back and pegged back. A couple of times has lost those service games.
You gotta love seeing that from Mauresmo, though.
It's very hard also because you can't guarantee, you know, she's playing Serena's forehand a lot because who wants to play her backhand because her backhand's so good, but she's still getting some errors, but some amazing shots like that one. Oh, an error from her.
Advantage, Ms. Williams.
The first break point then of the final set.
She was 40-15 up in this game.
Deuce.
She's served and volleyed. And also, she's got a lot more on the serve again. She's starting to serve harder.
Advantage with Mauresmo.
105. Not her fastest, which was 114, but it hasn't been for quite a while, that.
Two games all, final set.
I mean, this is incredible. This is turning out to be a wonderful day for the women's game in these two semifinals. We've seen that before.
15 love.
I think she liked that too. Look, just look how far she keeps closing in on that. Beautiful.
It's also great racket preparation. I mean, she's there ready to go to either side, and she keeps the racket in front of her.
15 all.
Just said something about serving and volleying, Virginia. You'll be happy to know. She
don't
should
know
do
what
it
that
more
was.
often.
She said. Yeah.
She's volleying well.
Goodness gracious me.
30-15.
I mean, that was.
It was like, I'll serve and volley, yes, no, maybe. But she got it back. Mauresmo had an easy ball there.
I mean,
30 all.
it's just a little bit of everything.
It's great to be here. Very enjoyable to watch this unpredictable match.
Yes, she made it.
$40-30.
Hurt her knee a little bit there. She was so low to the ground, her knee bounced off the ground.
I think she wants it.
Okay, Miss Williams. Miss Williams leads 3-2, final set.
I think the lovely thing is that they are both showing such emotion, such determination out there.
Well, Serena feels she owns this court, that she owns the Wimbledon title, and she is not going to give it up easily. Mauresmo fighting like a tiger also out there, and I have to say, you know, it's just such a joy to watch somebody who plays a slightly different game as Mauresmo does, and that's what's making this match so enthralling.
Both players have volleyed, done quite well when they're at the net. It's encouraged them to do more of that. Still, Mauresmo working on that back, trying to keep it loose.
Remember how sensational the semi-final match at the US Open between Jennifer Capriati and Justine.
Are you mean last year when
Yeah.
they played like 3 hours? One of the great matches
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
And that was also because they had a lot of variety.
Well, here's a statistic that illustrates the rich variety, how the points are being won in all departments. 46 points won at the net between them.
Mauresmo.
15 love.
I watched one match earlier this summer in Berlin when Mauresmo just took out Jennifer Capriati, just totally dominated her with those powerful backhands.
30 love.
I mean, it's just so wonderful to get a gift like that in the middle of a really tension-filled match.
Serena was looking to send a little message there. She could still hit harder than Mauresmo.
Yeah.
She just.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
problem was she didn't get in the net and the court.
30-15.
Eighth double fault from Amelie, but the first of this set. Another game, service game where she's ahead.
Thirty-one.
Another player, someone attacking them and coming into net. And she's volleyed well enough that she's made Williams think she's had to hit a better passing shot. That's a perfect case of where you should make your opponent just play a volley.
Three games all, final set.
So I'm sure there are a few more twists and turns here.
There's Mauresmo again covering a lot of territory. Moving very well. Good high kicker on the second serve. That second serve, the slightly slow one with a really high bounce, has not been Mauresmo's favorite. She's had success where she's just sliced the return. It'd be easier to get herself back in position. Almost like gets up a little high, that one, for her to... That's a tough shot to handle when you're hitting a one-handed backhand. I didn't anticipate correctly. We've had more expressions in this match than I've seen in the whole tournament. Yeah, 40 love, she went for a cheap point, but not to be. I don't blame her. Bottom of the net, though. Go for an ace on the second serve.
40-15.
It's good to see thinking out there after missing that backhand return at 15 love and getting too defensive. She's better off, and as well as she's played at net, I would highly recommend it.
Williams leads 4-3, final set.
Gritting her teeth, and she's just, I'm not going to let this one slip away.
What a sensational rally. I mean, the slices from Mauresmo and the big shots from Serena. Wow. And then ending with a net
We don't know
call.
which point to pick, but we'll try to come up with one.
I think this is the 30-lap one.
So what you see is both players in the baseline, both players at net. And here comes Mauresmo again, trying to come into net for the second time. It wasn't enough the first time. This is one of the greatest reactions I've seen in a long time.
Well, they're both in overdrive now. When you get to a stage in a match like this, which has gone on and been so close, where it's just really, you just not even thinking anymore. You're just going with the flow. So it's hard to stay focused on every single point.
Just sit back and enjoy it.
Mauresmo's been trailing in the service rotation ever since the beginning of the second set. Serena was right there.
$30. 40.
I think we may assume that Amelie Mauresmo's back's feeling a little better now.
It's a safe bet.
It's a tiger's bar.
Games all, final set.
Pretty uneventful set, no breaks.
Nothing to it.
Well, you know, when you think that Serena wins so many tournaments and so many Grand Slams, it's such an opportunity for Amelie. She's playing so well. It would be a shame for her to let it go.
13.
That was about the most relaxed serve she's served in, what, in the last hour?
115. Boy, I wish I could serve that relaxed.
I may not have had time to think about the score in this set with all this intensity, but I think there'll be some reckoning to do with the score after this game.
And it's been this fascinating conundrum of a contest, because one moment it's glorious, the next moment it's, well, distinctly average, but that just adds to the tension and the drama.
Just when you think Serena's beginning to deal with that slow, heavy slice, she puts one halfway down the net. It's a response.
40-30.
She also does a lot of either putting her hands palm down just to say, stay calm.
Juice.
At the end of the second set, Mauresmo was getting treatment and lost that lead. I never would have thought we'd even be in this position. Look how fast she's there. I mean, she's almost looked like she could have volleyed that shot. Not surprising to see her take a couple extra seconds here. Mauresmo's turn to take a little extra breather.
But there's a lot of people out on that hill enjoying it. They sure are.
What are we naming it now? What hill is it?
Advantage, Miss Williams.
The baseline judge has corrected his call.
Yep. Good correction. He saw some chalk fly up. Said I better call that one in.
So we're replaying the point. Advantage Williams.
Williams leads 5-4, final set.
I've run out of superlatives, folks. Have you got any others you can add?
That was a mighty serve, a mighty ace. I don't think she needs to bring out her...
There's not a whole lot we need to say.
No, I don't think she needs to bring out her instructions anymore, Serena. She knows what she has to do. Just string a few of those together.
The crowd is abuzz, obviously. How couldn't they be? I'd say the edge clearly for Serena because she served first. And Mauresmo's had to serve and hold to stay in the match. And that's going to put additional pressure on her.
Little nods of encouragement from Couto and Guy Forget to Amelie. What an afternoon of women's tennis this has been.
Time.
This one nearly 2.5 hours.
That was nice to hear.
Thank you. Thank you.
New balls and some extra pace from Williams.
Line 13.
Tough time to have to serve with new balls. Just gonna fly through the air a little faster, make it just a little bit more unpredictable, as if this match wasn't unpredictable enough.
Suddenly,
Line
Serena
13.
senses victory.
Nothing is going to be easy.
15-13.
She was just looking to hit that backhand safely inside the baseline. Use her top spin. The ball got away from her. So going for the winner there.
Serena's surely going to blast this one. Whether it goes in or not is another matter. It did.
It's 2 match points.
15-14. Thank you. Game set match. Miss Williams by 2 sets to 1. 6-7, 7-5, 6-4.
Wimbledon is one of the great Wimbledon matches. Compelling. The champion has been tested and pushed to the limit, and she's come through. Well, it's a standing ovation for both players because it takes two to produce a match like that. And Mauresmo has played a very full part indeed. But it will be Serena Williams against Maria Sharapova on Saturday.
Gonna take a deep breath there. Well-deserved amount of applause for Amelie Mauresmo for that effort.
She must be absolutely devastated
That's true.
to play so well. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of security, if you leave your seat, please make sure you take all your belongings with
and
you.
she
Please do not
played
leave
well
property
enough to
unattended
win,
at
but
any
she
time.
couldn't quite do it. And that is the big question always for Mauresmo. She has such a great game.
She can relate to how Tim Henry feels.
This was the moment of victory. We've seen so much emotion from both of them. And no sweeter moment than the moment of triumph. It's a match we'll all talk about for such a long time, because it had so much great tennis, some very mediocre tennis, but drama all the time. Serena Williams is through, and she's now going to speak to Hazel Irvine.
Serena, very many congratulations through to your third Wimbledon final on the trot. Just describe what that means to you and how tough a struggle it was out there today.
It was really tough out there today. I mean, I was more excited than anything because it's been a really tough year for me, and, you know, to make it in the final of a Grand Slam, I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm here, and it's like I'm really feeling like I'm playing good again. I'm finally back.
When Amelie took that first set, how much pressure were you feeling at that stage?
Well, got a little down on myself, and I told myself, well, Serena, you know, you're here. This is semifinals of Wimbledon. Why not just do whatever you can and just, you know, give it your all and just fight? And that's when I just started fighting for every shot.
How impressed were you, Serena, with the way that Amelie toughed it up out there with you?
Yeah, she did a great job, and, you know, I think that's our toughest match that we've had. So it's really good to see her doing so well because she's such a talented player.
And in terms of obviously the stoppages she had to have for those injuries, how difficult was it for you to stay focused at that point?
Well, it wasn't difficult for me to stay focused at all at that point. I just knew that I just wanted to, it was a good break, I guess. I don't know. I was just really, really trying to focus, and I knew that I should get up and just start moving around so I don't, you know, get too cold.
Now, Maria Sharapova, you've played her once on hard court, and she gave you a good game there. What kind of final do you think we're in for, and what do you make of her in her first Grand Slam final?
You know, I think she's doing a really great job, and it's so good to see her, because I saw her when she was like 12 practicing so hard, and I know what it's like to be 12 and working out, and so she's so excited to be in the final, and, you know, I think she wants to come out and win, so I'm going to have to really be playing really well and just, you know, have fun. But like I said, I'm really excited to be in the final again because it's been a tough 12 months for me.
Is it even more special this time than it has been before? Why?
This is definitely the most special moment right now in my career. So, you know, I mean, like I said, whatever happens, I just feel that I'm really excited to be at this point.
Well done today. Thank you, Serena. Cheers.
Thank you.